if you want to be involved in agriculture in Bosque Village, then you have a set of challenges in front of you. One is it's really slow to teach people who don't know stuff. So self-evaluate, reading up on Bosque Village and our methods of food forest farming, self-evaluate what skills you don't have and which ones you do. The ones that you already are skilled in, you might be teaching or teaching us or improving our system, or you'll just be an awesome participant who we don't have to babysit as much. Another thing you can do as a participant, once you've identified what skills you're lacking, is before you even come, you can study and prepare yourself. This makes things so much easier. I respect people more who can read or even watch videos. I have videos on various topics of how to do things correctly. Those are open to feedback. I don't know everything, and that's why I also welcome people to know more than I do. But yeah, you can study ahead of time, and you'll actually have a more fulfilling Bosque experience. You will waste less of people's time. In fact, I've thought about I should require studying for certain tracks. If you're going to do something, you should be good at, like I have people say they want to be documentarians, and they have not produced any videos, they have nothing online, and so that doesn't work. I mean, if you haven't published anything of your life, first of all, you probably won't get accepted because you're a total mystery. And second, it doesn't seem like you're engaging in the global consciousness of learning everything and making a better world yet. If you say you want to do that, that's really cool. Go ahead and start. Start now and study, and then you'll have a better time as a participant working on whatever you end up working on. This is actually, the agricultural aspect of this project is probably the most important. Plenty of people are working on ecological building. We need to do that for having housing and buildings. But the agricultural part is really the most important part of what I consider to be research. I may not be a qualified scientist in some ways, but this is a place where plants are affected. And we're in this growing phase, literally growing phase, of finding out how a food forest farm can be different, especially not just focusing on like fruit trees and stuff. That is not at all the goal. So way less human focused than a normal thing would be, which is also why we can't really be self-supporting with agriculture. It just simply doesn't. I mean, we're in a very rural economy here, and we're not financially sustainable with agriculture. That's something I'm willing to talk about and explore with anybody, certainly that has better business sense than me. Rather than producing lots of fruits and things and veggies, I'm a little more interested in producing trees as a vivero. But of course, we can always figure out ways to plant and to grow things that do also feed us. I'm not at all against it. In fact, I want to do that. But just so anyone who's interested understands, self-sufficiency regarding food is actually not the goal. And that should be understood, because some people, I think, are frustrated by the idea that we're not totally focused on that. But, you know, there's a lot of things that are getting focused on in one space. And food is a critical one in many aspects of it. But just having plants that humans can eat is actually not the goal. So, with being involved in agriculture in Bosque Village, how much hard work you do will vary widely depending on your actual role. If you're being financed by somebody else, they might be financing you for you to go in as work trade and work hard. Other people might finance people that come as just participants. Your friends might do that. Or your organization might fund you to come and learn things at Bosque Village. Several people, as I think about it, quite a few have come here in different roles funded by their organization. From universities, sometimes Europeans can get credit for coming here. They have to go do a thing in the world or something. I don't know. I forgot the word for that. And then people come from nonprofits, less commonly. A guy came from a Mexican restaurant chain in London. That was pretty cool. So his company paid for him to come and explore Mexican food. So we spent a lot of time running around eating Mexican food. But if somebody's financing you as an agriculturist, then there are different levels. And if you're paying for yourself, then I don't really care if you do any physical work. Physical work needs to be done. But if you're paying, then I can basically pay somebody else to do that work for you, and the place still continues to develop. As always, if you want to come for the cheapest price you possibly can, please don't come, or find some funding. I'm sick of people who want always to spend nothing and take everything. No more. We have a program here that is a fusion of various philosophies. I'm very open with them, and so you're also financing the publication and distribution of the things we discover. Like how we can determine when best to plant something, or how we can measure the quality of different types of soil, especially soils that are made with fertilizer from the chickens or rabbits, or human manure, and what recipes for soil are best for which kinds of plants. Another thing agriculturally we do here that's very interesting is development and increasing of microclimates. I have tons more projects we could do with building microclimates that would serve for a very long time. I'm not talking about plastic greenhouses here. I'm kind of against those. A glass greenhouse or a wallet-beanie is possible. So there's a lot of experimentation going on here. So it is a fantastic place to explore. And if you have ideas we've never heard of, which is unlikely, but great, then we can talk about them. And we can talk about why we would do that or not do that, or how climate would affect what materials we would use where, and what knowledge you could get from here and take and build your own thing in your own place. And this is all with a fairly non-purist mentality. I'm willing to try almost any kind of building, and there's various ways to be ecological even if you were to use a material like concrete, although we do prefer using dirt in the form of cob or adobe. So anyway, lots of exploring to do, and that's some thoughts on coming to Bosque Village as an agriculture participant and learning something or other.